Good morning, Roughriders fans. Welcome to the start of the spring season here as we welcome you from the Dakota Ice Center up here in Minnesota. Roughriders getting ready to start off their spring campaign. Coming out in their camo jerseys, Roughriders will be going left to right on your screen here, going up against the SD Selects. Gonna do our best here. Bear with us again. Quick reminder, your friends here, amateur hour with the broadcast, everything like that. We got new numbers, everything else. Looks like we're gonna have Gerard Germain take the opening draw for us. He's gonna win that back. SD gets to it first. They send it down low. Trey Dunn in net to get things started off here. He'll cover it up, and we'll have our first whistle, 1952. 20-minute time on the clock. I think we're looking at stop time, 20-minute time, so we could be here for a good long time. So get yourselves ready, kids, as Jermaine takes that to the left of TJ, or to Trey Dunn, and it comes up and out. Seb O'Neill tries to push that down a little bit lower. He gets it in. SD Selects able to collect. They're going to push out. They gain the blue line. They move through the neutral zone. Going to get the red line and dump that in past Unger. Battle for it here low, as that's Bodie Nix. Looks like he's going to carry that up. He's got a little bit of room to skate. Going to try to get some speed. Goes for the chip. Plays through the body a little bit, but pushes off. SD's going to collect in their own zone. They'll look up, look to regroup, and move out. Select coming up, stopping at the red line there, and good pressure pushes that puck back. Now we get a chance. It's like that's Linnemeyer over to another player. We're going to get that down, don't worry. And Linnemeyer's able to collect in the corner there. Scoops, turns back down below. Seb O'Neill pushing for it. He gets cleaned off the puck. SD Select come out. Linnemeyer, good pressure on him, be able to push that forward. And again, pressure collecting. Linnemeyer trying to throw the body a little bit there. That's going to come back to Dot. He is going to collect behind the net and send that back. A little reversal there to his D partner. Logan Burke pushes up. Now we've got to move. So Parker, we'll get a trip on that one. Still gets on net, but that should blow the whistle as a good opportunity. Nice headman pass up there, catches Parker Linnemeyer. But the SD Select player pretty much had no choice but to trip him to try to take away that opportunity. We'll see what the call is here. Looks like should just be a 2-minute possibility that they would give him a penalty shot there, but it's like the call is just going to be standard 2-minute tripping, and the Roughriders will look to get a line out there. So draw will come to the right of the SD Selects goaltender. It will be taken by center Brooks Matro. To his right is Calvin Pollock, and to his left, puck comes up. Logan Burke able to keep that down low. Gets that down to Owen Fisher. Fish battling for it. Brooks now looking up, seeing man, gets it up to the point. Shot coming through, deflected, kicked out. Dot putting pressure on it, able to keep that in for a second, but now Select come out. Good pressure from Burke, pushes that puck into the corner. Select on their own, kicks it back out, but straight to a Roughriders players. We're able to push up. Now Brooks taking the line. He's going to gain that line, comes in, tries to make a move, collected, almost there for a second. Puck comes up, and up to the point, it's Heaton. Puck comes past Heaton and pushes in. Heaton draped all over him there, but the puck sits there and now kicked out, but nobody on it, and Select able to get a shot. Still maintaining pressure there, and now Trey is going to have no choice but to cover it up to his left. So with 58 seconds left to go in the tripping penalty on the SD Selects, 7:26 left to go in the first period, we'll have a draw coming out to the left of goalie Trey Dunn. That will be taken by Gerard Germain. He pushes that puck up, but not out, as the player loses a stick there, and SD Select still able to collect that. Heaton grabs it with the glove, pushes it, and is able to get a good pass up, but not collected cleanly there. Now Unger and Heaton have a little bit of a miscommunication. They pick it up, pushes it up to Bodie. Bodie's going to gain the red line. He's going to chip in, but off a shin pad of the SD Select, and they're going to push right back out. Unger collects the red line. He's going to get it deep. Finally, a little bit more action below the goal line for this power play, as they haven't really been able to get anything started. Heaton's going to be able to keep it in, sends it down low. Seb O'Neill able to push it over. Now Bodie on top of it. They continue to battle for it. SD Selects have it, but nice battle pressure there from Bodie. He's going to keep that puck in there. Jermaine right on top of it as well. They keep it, looking to try to make a move. Gets collected in somebody's skates there, and SD Select have their head up. They're looking to make a move. They get that out, almost kept in there by Decky, and Kate's going to have to come all the way back and collect. She makes a nice little hook pass there off the stick of Bodie. SD Select looking for it. Penalty is expired, and they're going to send that all the way down. That should not be an icing. Apparently, they say that comes off the glove, and Schofield's going to have to collect. She gains a head of steam, pushing through, gains the red line, tries to make a move there, but just tipped off her, and we're going to have to battle for it in the neutral zone again. Seb O'Neill looking to push for it, tries to make a move off the skate. SD Select's able to collect on that too. Good forecheck pressure here, as it's like that's Linnemeyer making a move down there. He gets bodied off the puck a little bit, but good pressure there is keeping the SD Selects in their zone. They make a move, try to get it out. Good keep by Decky, but that one's going to be recollected by the SD Selects. Now lost in Decky's skates a little bit there. SD going to be able to push that in there, get down there, and Kate will have to come back and collect. Trey plays the puck into the corner. Linnemeyer's going to be the first one there for the Roughriders, but SD able to collect it. They're going to get a shot toward the net. Easy collection there for Trey, and he'll get a freeze. 15:23 left to go in this first period. So far, pretty good action back and forth from both teams. Would love to see maybe a little bit more of a setup on that power play for the Roughriders, but also a whopping 4 minutes into the season here. Not going to harp on them too hard. Puck down there in the corner, battle for it along the half wall. Good stick, gets that puck up and out. Now we're on the move. Roughriders gain the red line, try to make a move there, and again, that's pushed off, and the SD Select are able to keep that in. Unger is going to take a crack to the side, misses that low right-hand side, and now Parker's going to be able to get a move. He's in though, but in like a little stick in the hands action, wasn't able to get the shot off, and SD is going to collect again. Now puck loose, Linnemeyer. Good collection right there on the doorstep, couldn't get to it. And now SD is going to collect again. Oh, nice move there. Seb makes a good poke in there, almost stuck through the pillows. And goalie had to look behind him for a quick second there. And sorry, that was Fish. Owen Fisher with a nice play to the net. Good back and forth, little give and go action between Linnemeyer and Fish coming out of that corner. And that'll get a draw off the left of the SD Selects goalie. Jermaine to take this one. He's got Nix to his right, and looks like Caleb to his left. Caleb's gonna send that thing low. SD Select able to push out though. Now Kate is gonna have to come back and recollect. She's got deep partner Jack Heaton, pushes over to Jermaine. Jermaine, nice little spin move here. He's got a chance to make a move. He looks up, and nice pass comes off the skates of Caleb Ziemba. Bear with us, folks, as we're trying to get all these names right. Ziemba makes a nice pass over to Bodie. Bodie's going to rip a shot in, comes off the blocker side. Ziemba there for the rebound. They collect. Roughriders go to work, and Jermaine pushed from behind there off the puck. And they're going to continue to battle for it. Nice little play. Kicks it back up, but Select able to get it right back on the stick, and they're going to come out with speed. Nice back check there from Bodie Nix. Gets that puck separated, and out we come again. Caleb. A little move there, goes for the chip, had the man streaking, but nothing there now. Here we go. Seb, able to push his way around, comes in, nice way to avoid the battle there, and continues to get that puck down below the goal line. Great work from Seb. He's going to continue to push, bodied from behind there. Linnemeyer's going to push up to Schofield. Schofield gets a shot, comes out in the corner. Heaton goes to collect. Heaton looking for it. Looking to battle, gets around one man, comes in low, battles again, bodies off. Linnemeyer collects, sends that thing low. Nobody there for the Roughriders. It's going to come all the way around. Good keep there from David Popek, and able to keep that one down, but Select didn't take advantage of the open point as the defense is changing there for the Roughriders. They'll have to recollect in the neutral zone and send back in. Linnemeyer collects though in the neutral zone, sees the man across. He's got Popek across the line. Popek's going to rip a shot right into the skate of the SD defenseman, and they kick it back out. Linnemeyer intercepts another one, and we're back in. Good play there from Seb. He's going to push that thing down. He's going to have to go for a change though, as we've got some tired Roughriders here. 12:38 left to go in the first period. Still zeros on the scoreboard. Good pressure from Matro as SD sends a long pass, ends up going on net, so no icing there. And they're going to go to work behind, down in the Roughriders D zone. Unger sees the man up top, has him there. Good pass, maybe a touch behind Palick, and that comes in. Now all of a sudden, we've got Fish trying to go to work down there, but good sticks from SD Select come back. They push it forward. Decky's all over that one. He's going to recollect, come back into his own zone, send it over to partner Unger. Unger chips that back up, and it's going to go up to Fish. Let's see if he can kick it around. Good move by the SD defenseman, pushes it low, and Winston Unger shuts the door and says, "No, thank you, sir." Great hit there, and body's starting to fly a little bit more here. Things are getting a little bit more physical here. Decky looking for a man. Great pass up, well read by SD Select, though. It's going to be offside by about 6 feet. Like I said, body's starting to fly around a touch more here as we're seeing everybody throw the shoulder. Got a couple big hits, and now everybody wants a piece of the action. Gotta love that first spring tournament when you got half these kids playing their first full check game. Jermaine wins the draw back over to Heaton. Heaton's going to collect, makes a move up. He's got a man up there. He's going to have a nice flip pass there, but well read and well kept in by the SD Select. They're going to push and somehow manage to keep that thing onside as Heaton bodies the man off, and Logan Burke's going to push, bodies, pucks, everything's sitting there for a second, still all over the place. Trey Don says, enough of this, let's just put it in the breadbasket. Let's get another draw. Maybe a little bit of a reset there as it looked like the Roughriders were going to be able to get that out clean. All of a sudden, a good keep by the SD Select keeps that in. Everybody's scrambling there for a minute. So let's redo that whole thing. Jermaine to take the draw to the left of Dunn. Pushes over. Well won there, but maybe a touch early from Heaton as that comes out. And now SD Select recollected their own blue line. They're going to get the red line. Good pressure there from Bodie Nix is going to force a dump in. And Burke's going to have to come back there and recollect. Burke battling for it, absorbs the check, puck is still there. Jermaine comes back to help. He's got an outlet pass there, and that just bounces right off the stick of the Roughriders forward. And SD is going to collect through the neutral zone again. Nice work from Heaton there to be able to pick that puck up. He's got a man up and almost makes the connecting pass. It's going to end up getting tipped on net. And loose puck there as the goalie's battling for it. Trips their player up there, and puck's going to stay in. Another connecting pass ends up on the stick of the SD Selects, and they're going to push forward. Now Jermaine looking, nice little move there to avoid the check and get it in. He's going to go 1-on-5 though, and not a whole lot doing. He sticks with the puck though for a little bit, gets a chance to get puck on net, and now he's got a fresh set of 4 pairs of legs out there to help him out. Puck comes up to Schofield on the point. She looks for it, makes a move down low. It's going to skip through everybody's stick. Lindenmeyer's going to be the first one there for the Roughriders. Does a good job of boxing out the puck. But SD with 2 on the puck as they center it there. They're going to have the opportunity. Great work there, though, coming in from Seb to put pressure right in the slot is going to force a long dump in, and that'll be an icing. Send that all the way back down to the SD Select. So 9:53 here in the first period. If you're just joining us, Roughriders in their camo green jerseys going left to right on your screen. And so far, it's been a pretty even game. A lot of neutral zone action, had some shots here and there, but seems to be a pretty good battle so far as Seb O'Neill will take this draw. Pushes that over to his right, puck comes up to Dot, but skipping puck gets over his stick. Great work from Decky to maintain the body, absorbs the slash in the leg there, pushes the puck over, and maybe a touch slow is now SD Select able to collect. It comes up and almost out. Let's see if they can win the battle. Lindenmeyer forcing his way up the zone, and he's going to get some help there from David Popek. Popek makes a toe drag move around. He's going to look for the shot, scoots it over to the backhand, tries to center. What a save! What a save as that puck is still loose. It's still loose, and they finally blow the whistle, and we're going to get a penalty for some extracurricular activity after the whistle there. As that puck sat there, it looked like it was going to be an easy freeze. It kicked out. Great backhand pass right to the middle. Looks like that was Seb O'Neill again chipping that puck in there, and I don't know how the goalie managed to get a piece of that. He was on his backside. It seemed to almost just hit him like right in the chest, I guess, and then kicked out and sat there loose for about 3 to 4 seconds as everybody was kind of battling for it, and then finally they push through. So another power play here for the Roughriders. SD Select will go off with a late cross-check after the whistle, and we'll have it's like Seb O'Neill taking that draw, Lindenmeyer to his left, Popek to his right, Heaton and Schofield on the point. Pack from low from Schofield, and that's a goal! Your first goal of the Roughriders spring season here comes on the power play 6 seconds in. Mark it down, David Popek. I believe that was Popek from O'Neill and Linnemeyer. Sounds good to me. We'll check the score sheet after the game, but our first one, in any case, scored by Popek there, is a great pass to him, finds the open man right in front of the net. He's got an opportunity to go far side. Goalie didn't have much of a choice to be able to block anything. He was kind of stuck in his crease, couldn't come out to challenge, and so we have our first goal. 1-0 Roughriders here, 9:08 left to go in the first period, and a little bit of momentum coming as the Roughriders throwing the bodies around, getting control of it. That puck comes back to Heaton, misses the man on the pass there, and SD able to collect. They're going to push forward. Puck's still in. Good keep there. And now a low 3-on-1. Let's see what they can do with it. Shot comes low. Rebound still sits there. Puck is loose again. And it comes back out, squirts out. Nobody there as all three men were crashing the net. That rebound kicked out behind where they could get to it. So we're going to have to come all the way back down. Burke's going to collect. He's got a man on him. Sends it just out of the reach of Keaton. And a shot somewhat fanned on there by the SD Select. Keeps the puck low though. Heaton looking for a chance to absorb the check. He pushes that over to Burke. Burke back over to Linnemeyer. And that one's just out of the reach. That one comes out, and good stick down there by Burke. Absorbs a slash in the leg, and he's going to come in, gain the blue line. And puck pushed off his stick. He's just going to chip that thing low. And Fish going to work down low for it there. Kicks that puck up. Bodie unable to collect a bouncing puck. And kind of bouncing all over the place for everybody. Dope running into the same issues. It's going to come out, and a good look up there to Bodie, but there was enough SD Select sticks there that just couldn't get through. Jermaine's going to take the wheel. Comes around and looks and makes a great move. Fantastic power play to the net as he goes in there, and unfortunately it's like the SD Select goalie just bore the brunt of that as she made his signature power move to the front of the net, pulls it back, and just nothing the goalie could do there either, as she basically had a wide open net in front of him. Just pounds that thing in for a 2-0 lead. 7:47 left to go in the first period. So momentum definitely swinging the way of the Roughriders here as they get a couple goals in the last couple minutes. Let's see if they can keep things moving. Goalie still a little bit shaken up over there. It definitely wasn't necessarily a run by Jermaine, but it was a power move that took him to the net, and that goalie just kind of got a little bit flattened as G then reached out and tucked the puck in. SD Select comes in. Pad save there by Trey Dunn. Kicks the puck along the half wall. Now we got to battle for it. So SD Select come out with it. They make a centering pass there, unable to collect it. Decky's going to have to push that up the wall. Linnemeyer takes a high check, knocks him off his feet, but Decky right there to help collect and able to push that around. Burke looking for it. Puck gets skipped in the middle, and then comes a shot. And off the post! Whoo, boy! It's just a solid post as you can get there. It comes back up to the point. This time we get a stick on it. Let's go down in the corner. SD Select with a little bit of momentum here, but they make a pass that goes right to Linnemeyer. He's able to collect out, and good read there. Almost trying to get the streaking Fish as he was coming out, and instead Burke's going to see him. That one's going to come off, and now we got a chance to make a move here. Linnemeyer putting pressure on there again. A little cutback move works out in the favor of the Roughriders here. Kate sees the push up, and we're going to call icing on that, even though it clearly went off the SD Select player's skate, but much like myself, ref's an amateur, so we'll let that one go. They're going to get the icing down here to the right of TJ Dunn. I'm going to say that all day long. Sorry, Trey. Been a while since I've had to call out the goalie's name, so bear with me, folks. Jermaine takes that draw over here, pushed up to the SD Select blue line. Good keep there. Keeps that puck in for a hot second, but Schofield's going to use the strength, push that forward. She's got a man up there, but they just got a stick on stick to make that pass a little bit softer than she wanted it to be. Finally pushed out. Another battle through the neutral zone here. Ziemba takes a big hit, and Unger is going to spin and turn. He looks up. He's got a good look for a pass, and it's going to be like 10 feet offside. Nobody's really paying attention there, except for the referee who had his arm up. But Unger throwing bodies around left and right. Big crash into the Zamboni door over there. Had guys maybe a little bit off their axis as they didn't quite realize they were still about 6 feet offside as they're turning back into the zone. In any case, we'll take the draw outside the zone here. Jermaine to take that, won by SD. They're going to push that down. Kate absorbs the puck, and again, a good stick check there. Forces that puck into a softer location where she would like it, and we're having a hard time getting it back out. Again, Unger though, he's gonna flip that puck up. Puck comes up, Popek makes a nice move, but again, just a little bit of pressure from the Select. Seem to have the Roughriders maybe not getting the puck cleanly on their sticks, and it happens once again. There's good pressure, pushes that puck in the corner, but luckily Schofield able to put that there, and soft puck comes down. SD will have to collect. 5:37 left to go here. 2-0 game for the Roughriders. Select look to push it up, and a little bit of miscommunication there. Works out. Good stick. Saves, and otherwise it would be a great one-timer chance. Because we had Ziemba down there low on the goal line, and it looks like we're going to have an icing come all the way back down. So 5:21 now left to go here in period number 1. 2-0 lead. Goals from Germain and Popek. We'll take the draw off to the left of the Select goalie. Draw one back up to Burke. Burke makes a move, sends a puck through, gets through a glove, bounces around a little bit, falls right onto a Select stick, so they're going to move out. Select, gain the red line. Pushing down, Burke. Burke on board, forces a puck back through the middle, and now all of a sudden we got numbers going the other way. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Let's see if they can make a move. Oh, a little drop pass there, maybe miscommunication, but a big hit coming through. As again, we said, these guys want to throw their bodies around, and they're doing so. Burke cleanly off the puck, and he's going to kick that right back out. Fish with a great move, following up that great check. And that puck comes all the way back down below the Select goalie. Now Ziemba pushing that puck up, and out it comes. Heaton to collect in the neutral zone, sends it back to deep partner Burke. Puck comes up, little chip almost worked there. Good look, and it looked like he was trying to chip that thing back into the middle. Had a guy there. Heaton coming through, gives up a little bit too much on the neutral zone. Watch out, great save there by goalie Trey Dunn. Now the puck comes up through a whole bunch of sticks. They're going to say no icing and wave that off. And Popek just narrowly avoids what would have been a crushing hit down there. Still takes a little bit of contact, but is able to push through. Lindenmeyer's going to throw the body around. Kate waiting there, keep things on inside, and she's able to. Now O'Neill has a chance there, but stick checked away. Rough Riders going to maintain possession. Popek sends one off the side of the post there. He's going to come out, going to kick back up to the point. Decky's got a chance to look. He's going to send one down low. Looking for a nice kick off the inboards, gets it. You can see Select still able to get there first. Great job by Schofield. She's going to push that all the way back down below the goal line. 3:27 left to go in this first period. Rough Riders going to work, trying to keep things down low. Bodies flying around again. Puck in the corner. SD Select's got a couple guys on there, but they are able now, I guess, to cleanly come out with it, and they're going to get a little bit of speed. 3-on-2 here. Well, never mind, 2-on-2 or 2-on-3 as it turns out as the Select go for a change. Decky's going to collect in his zone, push it over to partner Schofield. Kate's going to have an opportunity for a long stretch pass there, and SD Select able to collect on it. But Kate follows her pass up. She's going to push that thing down, gets shoved from behind in the boards. Jermaine says don't do that, and the SD Select will end up on the power play here as a delayed penalty called on the hit from Jermaine behind, and an offside call will stop the play, and they're going to get Jermaine for a cross-check. So maybe a little bit of retribution there for the hit on Schofield. Jermaine came in right behind him and said, hey, we're not going to let that happen. One way or another, somebody paid for it, as Jermaine will sit in the box for 2 minutes here. 2:41 left to go. First period, still 2-0 lead for the Rough Riders. Going to be on the kill for the first time here. Bodie Nix will take that draw. He's got Unger and Heaton behind him, and Caleb Ziemba off to his right. So see what they can do here. SD Select getting a little bit of a last-second change as that puck is won for a second there by the Rough Riders, but it ends up getting poked out, and the Select able to collect. Heaton able to collect that right in front of the goal. He's going to send that thing all the way down. No icing. And the first 13 seconds of this power play have been killed. Bodie Nix putting some pressure on there. SD is going to come out with a little bit of speed through the neutral zone. Good job there to slow things down, and Unger's going to push him out wide. The shot comes out wide and kicks all the way up, but held in at the last second there by the defenseman. Heaton puts some pressure on that puck. He's going to get it, and too sticks on him there for him to be able to get a clean lift, and that puck goes all the way down to the corner. More bodies just flying around here. Caleb Ziemba sending somebody, that is Ziemba. Caleb Ziemba throwing guys down. Unger going to send things up to the top, but not out. And Ziemba maybe getting away with a little bit of a hook there as the shot comes in. And Trey says, thank you. Let's maybe slow this down a touch, right into the glove. In the first 58 seconds of this power play for SD Select has been killed. Can't agree more. Bodies just flying left and right here. We've got everybody trying to throw things around. Good to see for the most part. I'd say it's fairly clean. We haven't seen anything too egregious. Only one penalty on the day for the Roughriders, 2 for the SD Select, as that puck's going to come up and out. SD will have to regroup in the neutral zone. They do so. Pushing through, good pressure there. They're going to get an opportunity to come in. Walks to the middle, makes a great centering pass. Gets between the legs of Trey, but does a good spinning move to kick that thing out. And so he ends up down in the corner. Great save there on probably one of the best looks that the Select have had against the Roughriders so far. Again, pressure coming here. Another big hit in the corner. As we've got Fish throwing the body around. He's going to keep pushing for it. Decky just pushes that puck into the corner. He's going to protect down low. Needs a little bit of support there. 1-on-3. He's going to have a hard time getting that one out clean. And SD does win that. Select looking for it. Looking for a man. Circling in the zone. 12 seconds left to go on the power play. Pushes over to the right side. He's got a man loose. Great return kick out by Trey there to kick that puck into an area. He had 2 guys on his right. If that puck goes to the right, that's a goal. Kicks it out to the left instead. No goal. Penalties killed. Down to 36 seconds left to go in his first period. The score remains 2-0 Roughriders. Select looking to make some moves through the middle. Bodied off there by O'Neill. And now O'Neill and Linnemeyer are going to come in. Linnemeyer tries to make a move. Gets stick away from him. He's going to recollect. Working it along the half wall. Continues to battle 1-on-2. Pushes it out, and the Selector's going to do nothing but just flip that thing forward. Schofield's got 13 seconds to regroup. Full change here from the Select as Kate is going to push that thing down. She works it down into the goal line. Centering look there, but nobody there. And that will all but do it for the first period here. Bodies continue to fly as the period expires here, but that'll do it for the first period. Still a 2-0 lead for your Roughriders. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, Roughriders fans. Second period action about to begin here. 2-0 lead for the Roughriders as we'll switch ends, and the Roughriders will be going right to left now, wearing their camo jerseys here to start off this Stars and Stripes tournament. Good start so far. 1 for 2 on the power play as they will continue to push down. Linnemeyer getting in there, but the Select will be able to take the zone. They're going to get a shot over to goalie Trey Dunn. He absorbs that off the pad. He's going to jump off it. And much like the start of the first period, we'll have a draw off to his left to kick things off 10 seconds in. The draw will be taken here by Seb O'Neill. He's got Linnemeyer to his left, and So that's going to come back. Kate has the opportunity to get it up. She's got, it's like Popek, scorer of the first goal. He'll just get that puck low and go for a change. Puck comes up. Good pass there, but nice body by Bodie. He's going to slow the puck down. Seb O'Neill able to get that down. He'll go for a change. Jermaine coming on now, bodied along the half wall for the Select. They're able to push up, and they push forward. A combination of Heaton and that's going to be offside. Sorry. A little bit of delay there trying to figure out where all the bodies are, but yeah. It was a good look from the pass from Heaton up to Lindenmeyer, but the Select able to get just enough of a stick on there that the momentum carries Lindenmeyer offside, and we'll have a stoppage of play. 19-12 into the second period. Jermaine to take this draw just outside the zone. He'll push that over, and Bodie's going to be able to push that in, but easily collected by the Select players. And they'll push it around the corner, battle for it along the half wall there. And we'll see that thing there. Ziemba able to keep it in. Now Bodie with the chance, rips a shot, and that's a goal. Our third goal of the game here, as Bodie Nix able to collect just off the top of the circles, rips a shot into the shield of the SD Select goalie. It kicks straight up, and we'll see who gets actually the credit for it on that one, as Ziemba was right on top of it, and from the angle there, can't tell if Ziemba touched it. Did he? All right, Caleb knocked it in. All right, so yeah, like we said before, we'll check the score sheet later, but in the meantime, it's a 3-0 lead for the Roughriders, and either Ziemba from Nix or Nix clean off the goalie. And again, a little bit of pressure there from the Roughriders forces the puck down low, but this time they're able to push it up. Heaton's going to absorb a couple checks, ends up on his derriere, and the Roughriders still maintain possession. Nix pushes it forward right into the stick of the Select players. They're going to push up, and a couple of tip pucks is going to prevent icing, and so Heaton's going to have to come all the way back and collect. He looks up, pushes it up. Ooh, good look there for the pass, but again, SD Select doing a good job of just getting their sticks in the way on some of these passes, and reading it maybe just a touch better than we might select. Jermaine took a hard shot there. He's limping to the bench, and the shot comes into Dunn. He's able to collect. He'll just absorb that. 17:59 left to go in the second period. 3-0 lead for the Roughriders. We'll get a change and a draw off to Trey's right. So Jermaine took a shot there from the point. Looked like it stung him a little bit. He was able to get to the bench. And in any case, no harm, no foul, as the Roughriders are able to just take the shot and absorb it. Another shot comes in hard on Trey, but he kicks that one out to D. Parker Schofield. She pushes it up, forces the puck all the way back down into the Select zone. They continue to work it, and great pressure there, and that is going to enable the puck to stay in. Brooks takes a big shot there, but it looks like he's all right. He's going to push forward, and that puck's going to stay onside. Brooks looking to put some more pressure on there, doing a good job of slowing the Select down. Decky uses his skates to kick it. Nice little move there. He's going to chip that puck in and below the goal line. And now here we go again. Brooks faked to hit almost, which faked the Select player out. And instead, Brooks just says, "I'll take the puck, thank you." Now looking for the centering pass. Select players now throwing their bodies around a little bit. Great keep by Kate at the half wall. She pushes it over where Brooks can get it, but a stick from the Select player. Watch out, we got a Select player behind. Two people on him, as Decky and Kate are going to force that puck in. Great pressure from Kate's going to push the puck out. Now we got a 4-on-2 going the opposite direction. Kate leading the rush there, goes for the pass, but well read by the Select players once again. This time they push it up, but Kate doing a great job of keeping that puck in the zone. And more zone time here for the Roughriders. Select having a hard time getting it out cleanly. Puck bounces off, played by the goalie. He'll push it up, and now once again kept in. We're going to get another opportunity here. And that's Fish trying to get the shot off, but unable to there. Brooks just chip that down in, allow the rest of his players to get a change, but watch out. How do we miss that? That one felt like it was about a foot offside, but in any case, it was a great pass from the SD Select player to find the man that just come off on the change. He collects, and there's nobody really there to beat, as it looks like it was a little miscommunication there between the defense. Nobody realized that those players were coming off for the change, and finally the Select able to make a Able to make a neutral zone pass that maybe the refs missed a little bit there on the offsides. In any case, it's a 3-1 lead now for the Roughriders. First goal on the season here, or on the tournament for the SD Select. Unger looks to push that puck down, and able to. Heaton's got two men draped all over him, pushes the puck up and gets some help. Finally, that puck still sits there, but now it squirts out the opposite direction. Heaton pushes it up and out of the zone, but the Select are able to collect still, and they stay onside. Good pressure from Popek. Now Unger, and still a little bit too much playing with it in the zone there, as finally the Select do the Roughriders a favor and give them a pass they can handle. Popek's going to come out of the zone. Nice move there. Gets a chance and buries it for his second goal of the game. David Popek on fire here. Some great moves. Restores the 3-goal lead for the Roughriders, and we are back 4-1 now. 15:34 left to go in the second period. Great play there. And David Popek showing off some moves, made a great move to the center, faked a shot, basically bought his way through a screen, got everybody moving to the left, and then shot back as the goalie scrambled, try to cover back to the right. Second goal of the game there, and the Roughriders will try to take that momentum as Popek takes the puck into the zone again, works it wide, absorbs a couple of hits, continues to push. Now he gets hit one more time, couldn't get that one. Heaton does a good job of keeping that puck in for a second, but now Unger's on his own and doesn't need to worry about much of anything. Makes a nice clean play, pushes that puck right back up. No icing, that's going to go all the way back down below the SD Select goalie, and they're going to have to play it back up from behind their goal line. They do so. Pushes it up, and Burke has a good stick on there to force the puck wide. Great stick again to collect that puck. Pushes it up, but nobody there for Roughriders. Select able to get it there, and they come in just unable to control that one as it comes off the skates. Now it's going to push up. Bodie Nix works on the backhand. He's got a chance to make a move. What a save there. Bodie had him on the low blocker side, but just able to get the top of that pad on that one. It kicks up over behind the net. Puck now below the goal line here. Roughriders working on it. Decky does a good job of pushing it down. Jermaine collects with the glove, spins out. He's going to look for a shot. Shot comes in off right back onto the stick of Bodie, but up in the air. He couldn't quite get a clean one. But he's going to put it over to Jermaine. What a pass. Bodie Nix sees the open Jermaine streaking through. We got a hurt player down low, but I'm not quite sure what exactly happened there as Caleb, I don't know exactly how he got hurt, but in any case, it's like he maybe either got stepped on or just chopped at after the play. He was down there writhing in pain for a little bit. Seems to be okay, maybe shaking the back of that knee a little bit. In any case, though, Bodie Nix out of the corner after having a great rebound opportunity, looks up, sees Jermaine streaking down the middle. He's able to make a nice pass, and Jermaine had to do nothing but just tap that thing in. Great, just banging it home for the 5-1 lead here. Jermaine's second of the day. Potentially Bodie Nix's second assist of the day. And the result of the play will also turn into a penalty for the Select. So the Roughriders find themselves on the power play up 5-1, 14:22 left to go in the second period. Fish looking to make a touch for it. Lindenmeyer controls through a check, but it comes right back off, and now Decky's going to have to stick that up the middle. Pushing forward, Select able to control, dancing through a few bodies, pushes over to the point, and finally they'll send that down. Burke dancing around the check there. And now Lindenmeyer able to push up. He's got numbers if they hurry. 3-on-2 here. Parker Lindenmeyer takes his own on the right-hand side. He's got O'Neal streaking to the net. What a pass. It was just there and just happened to get a piece of it where the SD Select defenders had just kicked it forward. Otherwise, that would have been basically a pass down low to a wide-open Seb O'Neal. Instead, we're going the opposite direction. Select able to hold up a little bit here. You're going to push that in, and Burke able to push that there, and now we got numbers again here. Lindenmeyer's going to collect on that right-hand side again. Gains the middle, gets a shot this time. That one gets gloved down, and now we've got to battle for it down low. Palick pushing around and unable to get anything collected there. Nice look from Decky, sends a man spinning as he timed that hit well. And Kate's going to collect down low. Kate pushes it back over to Decky. Decky's got a little bit of room. 37 left to go on the power play, 13 left to go in the period. Lindenmeyer absorbing checks left and right. A couple slashes there too. Popek's going to take a couple slashes. He's not going to worry about it. He's sitting on 2 looking for 3. Going to take a check down low. Needs a little bit of support there as the Roughriders power play unable to give him an extra man. Now the Select able to come back out. They're just going to send that thing down on net. And Trey's going to have a chance to glove it down and push it into the corner, which he will do. Now puck over to Heaton. Heaton looks for the chip there, and I guess they're not going to call that a trip, even though looks like that was O'Neill that just got upended. Going to push over to Kate. Kate now has O'Neill there. Nice little toe drag move, keeps it there. Popek. Whoa, my goodness. What are we doing there? I don't know how we're not going to get a call there, as that was about 5 seconds after the whistle. O'Neill just gets sent into the boards, and looks like we will get a roughing call after all. O'Neill looks to be no worse for the wear, but a play there where it looked like Popek was trying to hold himself on the blue line, but then as he needed to kind of spin to avoid a man, lifted his skate up, and that just put him just a little bit offside. In any case, it's a power play for the Roughriders here as they'll push up. Heaton's got it on the blue line. He's going to walk to the middle. Going to rip a shot, and tipped on and almost in. Great tip there. Heaton gets another chance, another tip chance, and he's just blocking that one there as Schofield goes to work low. Now, Seb O'Neill pushing up to the point. Gets a shot and a glove down as Popek hungry for that third one. And he's going to have a little bit more extra attention from him. And another SD Select player as they continue to push. And a little bit of frustration here and there as got hands up in the face of some players. It looks like O'Neill's going to get one, and looks like it's going to be matching here. So referees trying to get this game back under control a little bit. Motion's running high at 5-1 game. 11:55 left to go in the second period. Still a minute 39 left to go on the power play for the Roughriders, as those penalties will be matching. So matching minor there for Seb O'Neill along with the SD Select. Still be 5-on-4 for the Roughriders. G will take this draw. Bodie to his left. And Caleb to his right. Puck's going to skip past Unger. It's going to go all the way down. Burke's going to have to collect. No icing here. He's got the opportunity to make a move. Cuts it back a little bit, and maybe a little bit of miscommunication here as one SD Select player able to pin 2 guys down low, but Jermaine comes out with speed. Good pass there. Tipped. How on earth did that? All right. Sorry, there's some things, folks, that I may not understand. Certainly not going to profess myself to be an expert at this game, but I'm 95% positive that was tipped after the red line. Yeah. So I don't know. I'll get my eyes checked. We'll go back to it afterwards, but no reason for that to be an icing other than the refs just trying to slow this game down a touch. They do so, and a tipped shot sails past the glove of Dunn, but harmlessly into the corner, and Jermaine's going to get that speed again. He gets it going. I don't know if that was a leave pass for Bodie or not, but it's a goal either way as Bodie Nix finds the blocker side corner. Great little play there as we continue to see the chemistry between Nix and Jermaine, as Jermaine gained the blue line, came in, whether he was trying to drop it between the legs or not, the drop pass worked out successfully as Jermaine took the Select defenders off to the left, leaving Nix alone to the right, and he did nothing but bury that thing top shelf for what we can't decide is either his second or first of the day, but either way, his third point. So Bodie Nix starting off with a heck of a game. Now a 6-1 lead for the Roughriders, and appears the clock will be running here. Power play goal, so that makes the, if I'm counting correctly, 2 for 3 on the power play for the Roughriders. And back to 5-on-5 hockey as that puck goes down low, and the Roughriders will put pressure on below the goal line once again. Select, looking for an opportunity to come up. They push out. Good pressure there. Good stick. As Fish pushes that down, and now we got an opportunity to get that puck in, and maybe a little bit more concerned about the body than the play there as Decky rips one just wide of the net. Good hard shot, and got a few people still learning the game of hockey calling for an interference call that wasn't there. And anyway, Kate comes in, pushes the puck back out wide. Palak absorbs the check, continues to push down. And it's going to come up. Nice hustle play from Decky there. Keeps that puck in. Pushes over, gets a shot that's patted down in the corner there from the select goalie. Kate's going to put pressure on it, cause him to force to flip up and out of play. So a stoppage of play here, 9:50 left to go in the second period. What I believe was a 6-1 lead for the Roughriders. Looks like we've got 6 on our score sheet. Looks like the scorekeeper might be either lagging or... And they stopped the clock. Yeah. So yeah. So we're all trying to figure it out here, folks. So bear with us a little bit. We've got 6-1 on the score sheet. We'll get it cleaned up. Don't worry about it. So probably still trying to figure out who scored that first one for Bodie. In any case, a nice play to the front there. Leaves the puck in the middle and just pushed out. But another good opportunity there. Great play from Kate to push that out. Decky's going to force the man over. Oh, Trey's going to want that one back. Looking at the blocker a little bit there, as I don't know if it was maybe just a bit of a stick as the select player's shot, and maybe change the angle on Trey just a touch. In any case, it finds the blocker side corner, making it now a 6-2 game. 9:26 left to go in the second period. 4-goal lead again, though, for your Roughriders. As this game has gotten physical, chippy, and a lot more open with the scoring here. We'll see if they can continue to do that here. As Jermaine wins that draw, pushed forward by Heaton, pushed up. Jermaine's going to put pressure on them and pushed all the way back down. Burke's going to collect. He's got an opportunity to look. Fires his man over, and that one's going to find Caleb. Caleb looks to push for it, but loses it on the blue line, and now it's Selector going to come in. Good combination stick effort there from Burke and Heaton. They're going to push it up. Nick's trying to find a man. Select pounce on him, and a glove there from Trey Dunn as he gives a little bit of extra business there to the select player standing over the top of him with the puck in his glove. And that's going to be just enough for the referee to say, I'll tell you once, twice, but that third time you're going to the box. Select player not happy about it. I don't necessarily blame him. It wasn't exactly the most egregious of moves there as he seemed to just give a stick tap. But hard to argue. If the ref's telling you to stop, you probably ought to stop. 8:56 left to go here in the second period. 6-2 lead. Roughriders will find themselves back on the power play. Jermaine, Nix, and Popek out there. Caleb Ziamba out there. Pushed up. Nice keep there by Burke. Burke pushes it over to Nix. Nix looking for his second or his third. Almost there, but off the glove. And Select able to push that all the way down. Burke will have to come back and recollect. Burke looking for it. Finds Nix on the side. Bodie's got a man on the far side. Good stick there from the Select. Forces that puck right back in. Burke's going to have to recollect again. This time he's got a man on him. Didn't see him there, and Select able to get a shot off, but well high, and now Bodie's going to come out with speed. Watch out. He does, and he absorbs the check at the last second there. Jermaine's going to be the first one to it. Jermaine using that body, gets a centering pass there, but nobody there. It's going to come all the way back out. Unger's going to have to recollect. Maybe a little bit of a hesitation play there. Good idea, but just a little bit late, and now we come back out. You're going to get a tripping here going to Jermaine as Bodie rips another shot in the glove. Like that decision. Let's get the whistle. Let's turn this into a two-man advantage as soon as we possibly can. So 5-on-3 here for $1-2. 7:58 left to go in the second period. Still 6-2 Roughriders as Jermaine went for the toe drag there. Select player got a little bit crossed up, basically can opened her. Jermaine, he went down to the ice. They call it for tripping, and Roughriders will find themselves on a 5-on-3 here for at least a minute, too. We'll see what they can do with it. Burke's Matro to take this draw. He's got Dot in the back, sends it over to him. Dot over to Unger. Unger, can he unleash the cannon? He does. It's right on the doorstep, but Brooks had no room to make a move. All he could do was push it forward and right into the goalie. Now battle here again. Now he's got a chance to move it. Goalie comes out and attacks, and it sits there, and it's not a goal. I could have swore that puck went in and out. We're going to have to look at that one again. I don't know how they didn't call that, but well, we're going to get a slash on the Roughriders. It looks like Brooks is going to go for a slash. I think the refs are just trying to even this one out, but I could have swore I saw that thing kick into the back of the net and then kick straight out.
So the goalie slashed at Brooks, and Brooks went back. I don't think he realized the goalie went back and kind of hit him like this.
Okay.
So that's
So,
what it was.
yeah, all right. So they're getting Metro on a slash to the goalie. It's like the goalie took a cut at him, and then Brooks, not realizing it was the goalie, kind of gave a whack back, but the referee said, no, we're not going to let that fly. So now 4-on-3, as Powell's going to take the wide side there, kicks it back, and trying to find O'Neill through the middle, but just a little bit behind him, and so they're going to come back out. Unger going to put some pressure on the select. They're going to push back into the neutral zone. They're more than happy to kill some time on this penalty, and they continue to do so. Now looking for their opportunity. 4-on-3. Rough Riders need to put a little bit more pressure there, and they finally do. As Fish able to get a little bit of pressure there, push the puck off, but select player makes the move around Declan. Declan throws the body in there, and what are they calling here? Going to call a hook on that? So I guess as the man was getting around, they're saying that Decky got him up in the hands, and a hook. Yeah, I got a hook there, so now you're going to need a pen and paper for the amount of penalties that we got here. We got 56 seconds left to go in the select penalty. We have a minute 23 left to go in the slashing call on Matro, and now 2 minutes to go on the penalty to Dot. So what was a 5-on-3 is now turned into a 4-on-3 going the opposite direction. Select will have a power play for I'm not even going to try to do the math, folks. I'll let you know when it's 4-on-4. Shot comes out wide. Schofield able to push there. Schofield and Heaton down low, and comes up, and Select still collecting. Now Heaton's got a chance to make a move. He's going to get that puck up. He's going to absorb some time and just send that thing down low. 4-on-3. Schofield and Heaton in the back. Popek up front. Select have some time to push it forward. Great look from Kate. Just going to eat up a little bit more time here. And 13 seconds left to go in the penalty to the select players, and then they will have about 28 seconds of 5-on-3. As a shot comes in, Trey Dunn will get that, and the clock ran for an extra couple seconds. I'm not sure how they're going to get this. Seems a touch off, but again, I'm not going to profess myself to be an expert here. Somehow the extra 2 seconds of that ran after the whistle, and now all of a sudden we've got a 5-on-3 here for the select with about 26 seconds. Hopefully not less. That puck collected by Heaton. He's got a chance to get the blue line. He's going to send that thing all the way down, and that should eat up a good chunk of this 5-on-3. Still about 35 seconds of power play after the 5-on-3 expires, so not out of the doghouse yet for the Rough Riders. They push up, slow things down through the middle, and now the Select are going to come in there. Looks for a low hard pass outside, just misses the net now, pushes up, and a low 2-on-1 for the Select is smothered by goalie Trey Dunn, and that'll do it for the 5-on-3, down to 30 seconds left of penalty kill for the Rough Riders. 5:23 remaining in the second period here. 30 seconds left to kill. Fresh set of D out there as Unger and Burke will come back. We've got Linnemeyer and O'Neill up top. Bodied into the corner there. Select poking at it, trying to get it free. Rough Riders more than happy just to eat this thing down there in the corner. Down to 16 seconds left on this power play. And ref not really telling anybody to move it. It's 3-on-2 for the Select, but the Rough Riders doing a good job of holding their own. They do so, get it right up to Unger, who sends it up, and now all of a sudden we got a chance. Chance for a 2-on-1 here as Linnemeyer pushes it up to O'Neill, sends it over, and a great look from O'Neill back to Linnemeyer. Pushes it over and got a ton of bodies flying around as O'Neill was sent down into the corner. The penalty is killed though. So the Rough Riders survive a 5-on-3 as the Select are just throwing their hands around at everybody at this point. And frankly, both teams are doing that, so referee seems fine to let it go. Unger comes back, collects it over to Linnemeyer. Linnemeyer gains the red line. He's just going to chip that thing down, let them go to work. Jermaine's going to put some pressure on the goalie there. And a little bit of a misplay. Leaves the puck loose for a second, but it comes right back out. Burke got a chance, makes a nice little look there, pushes it up, and Caleb's going to push that forward, but greeted immediately by the select player. So Caleb's going to have to do it again. Sends it over to Jermaine. Jermaine unable to collect a bouncing puck, but watch out. Now we got a chance here. Popek trying to find his third. Oh, a great look, and hits Jermaine on the doorstep, but he ran out of real estate, and the select defender able to come in and push it in the corner. Jermaine battling for it down there low. He comes out with it. Finds an open Popek. Both of these guys sitting on it for 2 goals. Then now a spinning play by Unger towards the net, and that one's going to go all the way down for an ice. Great looks there, though, as the Knicks Jermaine line just seems to be finding the magic so far here today. They've connected for already 2, and both of them are looking for their third here. So this draw will come just to the right of the select goalie, taken by Jermaine here. He pushes up. Kate wins it. Pushes it back down to Jermaine. Jermaine's got a chance, sends it over, finds Bodie. That select goalie makes a great sliding save, gets it over there. And we continue to just battle. Now Bodie going for it in the corner. Tries to play the body, loses his balance there a little bit. And again, we're just going to have a little scrum along the half wall. This time it kicks out in the select favor, and they get it out of the zone cleanly. Jermaine's continuing to put some pressure on. Schofield's going to send that back down below the goal line, and the select goalie will play it there. They send it around. Select looking for it. Tries to make a headman pass. Well read by Jermaine. Jermaine sends it over. Jermaine gets it down low. Looked like that was Popek trying to find Nix right in the middle there. Would have been a great play, but just got enough interference there from the select player to not let him get that pass off. Schofield now spinning around a couple checks, finds Bodie. Bodie sees the man up, and unfortunately just offside. Good stick there from the select defenseman right at the blue line. Kept that thing there. Really no chance for anybody to be able to keep themselves onside in that moment. And we'll have an offside call here. 2:30 left to go in the second period. Still 6-2 Roughriders. Game getting more physical as it goes on. Tons of penalties here in the second period, tons of goals. Seeing things start to maybe slow down a little bit here as maybe get some players a little bit tired. Select win that up. Pushing that up, they're able to gain the blue line. Pushes it out wide. Pass comes through 3 players and continues to sit there as Matro's going to push up. He absorbs it with his body. Well collected. Now he's going to come out of the zone. Gets the blue line, and just a little bit of a drop pass the blue line, enough to cause Fish to try to spin out to basically stay onside. Wasn't able to do so. So an offside call, 2:09 left to go in the second period. Matro will take this one again. He's got Fish to his left. It's going to be one up to Heaton. Heaton kicks it up. Now Matro's got a good look. Good backhand look there, and just a great read. Palick trying to get on it. And the select players all over him, as was a tremendous pass there from Matro to find Palick, and he ripped it, but unfortunately the select goalie read it just about as well, and he was all over it. Lots of conversation being had between players and referees. We can only speculate they're sharing recipes. Matro to take this draw over here. He will get that. He wins it there. He's going to try to collect in the half wall. It's going to spin down. Select players looking for blood, going for a check that they can't find. Matro's a hard one to hit. He knows where to put himself. So he gets in the corner there. Again, avoids a hit. But it looks like the select players are just going to continue to go for things. And now finally, a penalty is called. Yeah, it looks like a cross check there, but Brooks probably danced around 2 or 3 hits and then finally got pinned to the point where he couldn't get out of it. He takes a check there, bounces off of one, but then the second check comes in and hits him high with a cross check. And the Roughriders will find themselves on the power play once again. $1:35 left to go in the second period. Still 6-2 Roughriders. Draw to be taken by Seb O'Neill. He's got Unger and Dot in the back, and Popek to his right, and then Lindenmeyer to his left. One back over to Unger. Unger makes a backhand pass, and a great look from Popek, hunting for that third one. Back up to Unger it goes. Unger got a chance to rip it. He'll unleash the beast, gets it down low, but just wide. Popek looking for it, spinning back down low. O'Neal. O'Neal's going to spin around a check. Great play from him there, making the big guy look slow as that puck was pushed out to the middle. But great spin move there by Seb. Just puts the D-man in the washing machine there, and he's got nothing as Seb pushes that puck out. Now, puck down low. Decky pushes over to Unger. Unger up to O'Neal again. O'Neal's got some speed here. He's going to push through. Going to get all the way to the middle. Goes to try to make a move around. Sticked out. I think he might have gotten a stick in the hands there, but not enough to get a call. Popek going low. Lindenmeyer now winning it. Chipping for it. O'Neal pushing for it. Body's crushing O'Neal. And they continue to sit on him there, but that puck stays in. The referee appeared to not be paying attention. And oh my goodness, what a look as Popek found O'Neal, who had just been crushed down low. Finally gets up at a wide open chance there, but it just skips wide. Back up to Dot. Dot's gonna rip one. Oh, again, a puck comes off the goalie and just comes a little bit wide. O'Neal looking back up to the point. Unger's got a chance. He's gonna send it over to Dot. Dot in the center of the ice, gets a chance to rip it, tipped, on and through. We're gonna call a high stick though, they're gonna say no goal. Seb saying that it kicked off his stick and then his belt buckle, but I don't think they're gonna get that one back. That was a great tip, but unfortunately just a little bit high. No goal. So, great look from Decky, good shot, but they're calling it high stick. That one's going to come all the way down with 2.3 seconds left to go in the second period. Still 27 seconds left here, so Rough Riders will start the third period, assumably, with about 25 seconds left on the power play, and that is the case. They'll send the puck all the way down. So after 2 periods of play, 6-2 Rough Riders. Good overall back and forth game. We'll be back with you here in just a minute. Third period about to get underway here as Jermaine will take this draw. Bodie to his right and Caleb to his left. Puck comes over to Kate, up to Bodie. Bodie's going to gain the line, send it across, but just out of the reach of Caleb here. And the spinning SD defender is going to send one down that skips over Kate's stick, and she's going to have to try to win the body race. She does. Great effort there to just get in there and box out. Now Bodie's going to gain the red line. He's got an opportunity to come in. He's going to get the toe drag, come around one, and just ran out of real estate as the select goalie comes out and just challenges it and gives Bodie nothing to shoot at after a great move. So a stoppage of play here. It will end the power play for the Rough Riders. Still good overall looks there as we start this third period. Your Rough Riders going left to right again. If you're just joining us, they're in their camo jerseys. They should be wearing those all weekend. 19:28 left to go in a 6-2 Roughriders lead. Here with the puck getting dropped just to the right of the SD goalie. Puck comes back to Kate. Kate's gonna rip a shot, and goalie sees that one all the way through. Gets it right into the glove. We'll have to do the whole thing over again. Good looks though there, as we got a couple guys that were right in front if the rebound kicked out, but nothing going as the goalie gets a good glove on it. Jermaine will have to take that draw again. Does so. Wins it over to Ziemba, back up to Kate. Kate pushes it over. A nice little give and go look there off the stick of Jermaine, but now Kate gets another shot, gets tipped low. Bodie's gonna have to go collect in the corner. Bodie up to Jermaine. Jermaine almost up to Heaton, but it chips over his stick, and they're gonna have to come back and recollect. Kate does so. She's gonna come around, use that net for protection, and gain some space. Now she's got some speed. Look out, here comes Kate. Does a nice little drop off there, and just a touch offside as Bodie went to make a move there. It would have been a great look, but I think the momentum of Kate carried into Jermaine and maybe pushed them both offside a little bit. Neither one able to really slow themselves down when they collided. So 18:50 left to go in the third period. Brooks will take the draw. He's got Cal to his right and Fish to his left. Unger's going to send that one all the way down, back behind the goalie, and Roughriders will go to work there. Good pressure from Palak and Brooks. Great keep from Decky there. It's going to push that thing all the way back down below the goal line for the Select again. They're going to have to go to work. More pressure coming from Brooks. Select still trying to find a clean lane to do so. Can't find it. Now Fish over to Brooks. Brooks looking for that pass over that just comes off the pass or the skate of the Select player. They will flip that up in out of play. So a stoppage of play here. Puck will stay down in the Select zone. 18:14 left to go. Same line's going to stay out there. We've got Fish on the left wing. Natro to take that draw with Palak to his right. Unger and Dot in the back. Select win it. They send it up. Good play with the glove from Unger, but it comes right off his hand and 2-on-1. Look out for this. What a pass. Gets through the wickets on Dot, but a good play there. Is able to keep that puck down in the corner, and now all of a sudden they're able to collect. A nice stick there. Knocks that down from the Select player. They're able to keep it in. Natro throwing the body around Unger. Great stick check there. Control that puck. He's going to push it over to partner Decky. Decky's going to look up, and now Fish is going to be able to collect at the red line. He's going to send that up over to Palak. Palak able to keep it on side for a second, but a stick check's going to push that out. Declan's going to have to reconnect. He comes across. Nice little chip move there. He's got the red line, and he's going to send that smartly down into the corner, go get himself a change. Played by the Select goalie, coming around the back end, just out of reach. Cal Palak, he's going to look to push that up. Nice hit there from O'Neill. Sends that thing down, and full change here coming for the Roughriders. They'll get fresh legs out. O'Neill continues to put pressure on there. Burke caught up a little bit there. Lindenmeyer is going to push it forward, and things seem to have maybe slowed down just a touch here. Lindenmeyer able to keep that thing on. He's going to rip a shot, blocker down by the goalie. O'Neill's going to go to it first. Dangerous looking play there, but he's able to get his head back up. Now he's got it back out in front. Tries to push it back up to the point, and nothing going there. That one's going to go all the way down for an icing. As looks like these players might be getting a little bit worn out here. Maybe some spring hockey legs, and things have slowed down just a touch, getting a little bit muddier down in both zones. In any case, that puck will come back down for the icing draw to the right of the Select goalie, and that will be taken by Seb O'Neill. Won by the Select players. They're able to push it over, but well kept in by Burke. Lindenmeyer now looking for it. He's got a chance to look up, tries to find the point, but Select player all over him. And watch out, we got a 2-on-1 going the opposite direction. Heaton lets the shooters get the shot out wide. They miss the net, and that's going to skip up, and it's going to come back towards Dunn. He's got a player approaching. He's just going to say, now we'll control this thing, take the draw down in the zone. 16-13 left to go in the game here. Still 6-2 Roughriders. Trey Dunn still in net for the goal. And we will will get the fresh line out there. Jermaine Nick's Popek line out there as the shot comes wide. Good stick by Heaton there to prevent that coming on. It came out wide and looked like Trey might have lost it a little bit. But a little miscommunication there from D partner to D partner, sends it down low right to a select player. Now, another good stick, kicks that out in the corner, but the selects seem to be getting their way a little bit more down low here as they come in again. Another shot, but that one's about 6 feet high and wide, and it's gonna go all the way around. Kept in, though, by the select players as they no go 3-on-2 below. Jermaine tripped up a little bit. Heaton's gonna get to it first, pushes it up. We got a good look out there for Bodie, but bouncing puck made that hard to collect, and he was forced into the middle where he got greeted by a select player. In any case, puck's gonna come down low. Jermaine is gonna smash his man into the corner and lose the stick in the process. Comes back out. Jermaine's got a chance here, and I don't know how it didn't go in on the first one, but the magic continues for this line as Jermaine made a great move over to the backhand. I think it kicked off the post right onto the stick of Bodie Nix, who either has 2 or 3, nobody knows. 3, we're saying? All right, so a hat trick here for Bodie Nix in the first game of the season. 14:56 left to go in the third period, a 7-2 lead for your Roughriders. So the draw comes out and pushed up. Select will slam that puck all the way down. Kate will have to collect, no icing here. Comes around, spins out of a check, but the pass comes right onto a select player's stick, and so she's gonna have to do it again. Comes around one, she's got a chance to get a little bit more speed. She's gonna come out of the zone, pushes up to Nix. Nix looks to chip it up. Jermaine has it's able to collect. A little move around a hit there, and he's gonna be able to keep it up the blue line. And make one more move, dancing over into the half wall, finally is greeted with a body he can't avoid. Schofield collecting behind, comes up to Jermaine, nice little tip, and Caleb's gonna be putting the pressure on there. It's gonna come all the way down to Kate. Kate sees Bodie. Bodie's got some space. SD player's changing, so Bodie's gonna have time to make a little bit of a move around. Goes between the legs, can't control it though, and corner battle's gonna flung towards the net. Goalie will just cover it up. So 13:40 left to go in what appears to now be a runtime game. And the 5-goal lead should hold that through the rest of the game here, as long as they can maintain that lead. Fresh line out there for the Roughriders. The Matro line will take it. He wins that back and able to collect it up to Decky. Decky pushes that thing down low. Select sticks all over it, but Matro comes out of the pile with it. He dances around another move. Looks for a centering pass that just out of the reach of Fish, and he's going to push up. Palak gets some good pressure, slows that puck from coming into the zone. He's on top of it, tries to make a move around the boards, but a good skate from the select player pushes it up, but right back out. And here we go. Owen Fisher able to get the chance. He's going to get a look at a shot, and goalie seemed like he lost that for a second. He had it in the glove, but kind of looked for it a little bit like he didn't quite know exactly where that was. In any case, it's stoppage of play. About 12:30 left to go in the game here. Still 7-2 Roughriders. Fresh defense out there as we'll get Unger with Burke to his right. Puck down, battle for a low. Palak and Matro going to work. There's 4 players down there, and there's 3 sticks in the air. I'm not sure how this is exactly working out, but in any case, it's like Palak's going to come out with it. The selector going to push this thing all the way around. Pace of play is definitely slowed down quite a bit. Unger sends that thing over to Palak, and he's just going to chip that thing low. Roughriders seem content to say, hey, let's avoid some of this mess. And oh my goodness, another good opportunity there. Once, not twice, comes off the post. As a misplay gives Matro the opportunity to get that thing forward. And a good look there, but the goalie just pounces on it. As not quite sure exactly how that worked out. Looks like maybe the player lost a blade or something, but he's having a hard time getting to the bench. In any case, that was Owen Fisher. But some great looks down there low as that puck was misplayed by the Select defenseman. Goalie didn't know where it was. Matro slapped at it, went wide, just barely missed the post. And then another chance from Fish actually rings off the post, and so it stays out of the net. But back to action we are as Unger absorbs the most of the team for the Select and still gets that puck down low, as he has the capability to do. Select come out now though. Good back check from Lindenmeyer is going to push that puck all the way down. Another good back check here as Burke comes back into play. Tries to go for a little bit of a reversal, but it's well read by the Select, and so Unger is going to have to push it up. Oh man, what a pass. Does find Popek. Popek battling, puck now in the skates. Great look from Unger, finds him all the way up, and that puck sits on the half wall there. Good look. Popek still trying to battle for it. He's still trying to find his third one, but that puck comes out, and Heaton's going to slap it out of the air, come down, and he and Schofield will pass it back and forth. Roughriders on the attack. Here comes Seb O'Neill. Seb O'Neill sends what would have been a dangerous pass there, but he just missed the check. We're going to have to work on this one a little bit, but yeah, that was a heads-up pass that, yeah, luckily made. Now he gets another opportunity. Lindenmeyer down low, tried to send it across. It's going to come back up. Heaton's got a chance to look for it. Heaton goes D to D. Schofield's got to look. He's send it there. Nobody in front of the net. Gives a wide open look to the goalie. He's going to glove that down. He's just going to hold on to it. So 9:44 in the runtime period here. Still 7-2. So we've got some learning opportunities taking place here for this team. And thank goodness that nobody is
Like right now?
nobody is losing their sorry. We've got some news here, folks. If you haven't heard, Spirit Airlines going out of business. Some nervous folks up here just in case they flew up on Spirit. Doesn't sound like they're getting home on Spirit. That is beside the point, as we're here to watch a youth hockey game, but keep you apprised of the world events. Jermaine goes to work for it. Behind the net, continues to get hit, but it's just going to keep battling forward with it. Going to go to work now on his knees as he's knocked down, but he's getting some help there. Caleb helping him out, and Select finally able to do it. Bodie slows his man up. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but in any case, the puck's still under control, and Kate gets a shot off that the goalie didn't even see. Finally, some bodies in front of the net for Kate, and Bodie's going to bury one as the Jermaine-Nix connection continues to work for the Roughriders here. Jermaine battling that whole shift, just a grindy shift for him all day long, working for it even down on his knees. Continues there as that puck went low. He just continued to battle for it, kicks it out. He's able to get it onto his backhand, was looking for a goal himself. Goalie made a great kick save, but right onto the stick of Bodie Nix, who buries either his third or his fourth goal, 5th point of the game. In any case, he's having a heck of a game, having a heck of a time. 8 minutes left to go, and now an 8-2 game for the Roughriders. So they continue to work it down in there. Alec looking for it. Lindenmeyer trying to make a move. Fish bodies his man off. Now the Select player will go 1-on-2 against Unger, and Unger's going to win that one easily. Dot's going to be able to come back and collect that. He's got a couple men looking for him. He's going to take his time, sends it over to D partner Unger. When he's going to look up, he's got a man all the way up there, but gets through, and now all of a sudden we got a bit of an odd man rush. Can they finish? Oh my goodness. The goalie came way out of his net to play that one. Had an open net chance, but it was just bobbling puck. They weren't able to get it on net cleanly and missed. Matro rips a shot. Can't tell if that was blocked by the goalie or his own player as they're getting held down, and Fish just continues to absorb cross checks down in front. Select players electing to not play much of the puck in the last sequence here, but they almost learned the lesson the hard way as the Unger train was coming. He held up at the last second. Now he's going to get a chance to make a rush. Dances around the body here. Now he's going to cut to the net. Good play there by Unger. Just stick behind him on what was a great look there. Puck stays in, and now Brooks able to avoid a big check there. Comes in. We've got a little bit of a 2-on-1 here. And Popek looking for it. Checks away his Fish, and Select have a chance to look up a little bit more here. They push for it, and watch out. That puck now back right onto the stick of Owen. Fisher comes up to Decky. Decky trying to find his man, just a little bit behind Popek. Couldn't collect on that one. 6:20 to go here in the game. Good pressure from Winnie at the point. Keeps the puck in for a second, but now it's going to skip out, and Logan's looking for it. Logan turns up, able to find the center of the ice. He's got Popek up there. Nice little play there. Gains the middle of it. He's going to kick it back out wide again, looking for a pass. Kicks into the corner, needs a little bit of support there. Collects again. Nice little cutback move, but let's see. Gets some help from Sebs. A body flies in. And puck's going to stay along the boards there in the corner for a little bit here. 2-on-3, and the Selector able to come out with it. Good chip aside there, and just right back onto the stick of the Select player as the others spin out and buy some time. The puck comes up to the blue line, not out, but a good read by Lindenmeyer as he pushes that up. Maybe rolls on him a little bit as he tries to get the pass off, and so he's going to look around. Jack. He's got that puck. He's going to push up. Another good stick from the Select player. Slows that down. And they're going to send it back all the way down. No icing here as Heaton's going to look and collect. He sends it up to Jermaine, maybe just out of the reach. And Jermaine was transitioning back the other direction. Couldn't catch up to that one. Select come back down again. Heaton looking for it. Makes a little move there. Now he's got a chance to skate. Pushes that puck up to Bodie. Bodie's going to come in. Kicks it back up to his stick, but a little bit past him. And now the Selector going to roll that back down into their zone. Jermaine, good pressure there. Finds Bodie's stick again, and he finds the net one more time. Bodie, Nix, and Fuego as they continue to just find the back of the net. Every chance he gets, he is just ripping it. So a great look for him. 4:34 left to go in the period. 9-2 left to go in the Roughriders game. And continues to just go for the Roughriders. Good for them. Happy to get this first victory here in the tournament. Let's just get this point, get out of here without any injuries, and we'll be fine. Select coming in. They gain the line. Good defensive play from Heaton there. Gets the puck off the man and pushes it there into the corner. Continues to battle for it. Puck comes back out again. Gets smacked in the corner by Burke. Now Jermaine's got a chance. Makes a toe drag there. He's got the man up. That one kicks off the stick. Now Bodie's got a 2-on-0 essentially. Makes a pass, and what a save from the Select goalie. And that was a great look. Had to come all the way across, and I think maybe a little shot after the whistle there. I think Bodie was maybe trying to poke at a puck, but not a great place to poke at a puck. With your 7-goal lead here, probably could have laid off that one a touch, but it's a learning experience for everybody. Would not be shocked if he got an extra one here. Let's see if they end up with a penalty. Ref is talking to somebody, the door is open, so my guess is that, yep, they are going to get him, but a extra, I guess they're going to get matching minors here, so maybe a little bit of extra activity from the Select side too. Ends up 5-on-5, so we'll play 5-on-5 for 2 of the last 3 minutes of this game. Still 9-2 Roughriders here. And Select players getting back out there to even things up. 5-on-5. Clock continues to run here. Roughriders happy to just let that thing wind down. Not Cal Palak though. He wants to rip another one past him. Gets that shot on. Great pad save there from the Select goalie as now they wind in. Going to get wide. Kate pushes the man out. Pass comes through the middle. Well sticked aside by Decky. We push out. Now he's going to climb out of the zone. He's got an opportunity to look. Sees the man ahead. He's going to make that pass there. Just bounces off the stick of Palak. He's going to push it down low. Decky still leading the rush. Down there in the corner. Good centering look, but nobody there. The Select is going to be the first one to it. They're going to smack it out. Great play by Kate, but unfortunately just out of the zone. Smacks that in, and we'll be offside. So clock will continue to run here. Just under 2 minutes now, as we'll have that draw just outside the Select zone. Matro line out there again. Brooks Matro, Owen Fisher, and Cal Palak take this one here. They're going to send that thing deep and just let clock continue to run out here. As a good game overall. Palak, every time I say he's going to let the clock run out, he keeps making a great play. Good pressure there to keep that puck in. Continues to get pressure on a tired select team here. So they work their way in. Nice little move there, pushes it forward, and maybe some miscommunication between the defense and the goalie. Leaves it there for a second, and for whatever it's worth, it's now in, and it's like Fish is just gonna cut that thing down into the corner. Goalie out to play it. Miscommunication there between the select player and the goalie, and that's gonna, oh my goodness gracious. Decky saw a wide open pass there and tried to make a play to it, and somehow the puck just handcuffed. I think it was Fish down in the corner, and couldn't get it over there, couldn't bang it in. In the meantime, the Roughriders happy to just keep that puck battling on the blue line there. 45 seconds left to go. Kate's gonna come back and collect this one. Look up, select player on her, she chips it up. Popek able to push it up, great pass there. Now O'Neill's got a chance to look, makes a move around, and what a stick save from the goalie. And it ends up, you know what, he ends up getting it anyway. But what a play there, as he made a tremendous move around that. And that was Fish, I believe, that made that play, gets the goalie completely out of the crease, comes back, and then a tremendous stick save by the select defenseman, keeps that puck out, pushes into the corner, and I think from his knees, Fish just basically threw it blindly at the net. It bounced off that same defenseman right in for the 10th goal of the game for the Roughriders, and that'll do it. So the first one's in the books. 10-2 victory for the Roughriders here from the Dakota Ice Center. As we'll take a little bit of break, get these kids some chocolate milk, and get back to the action with you later tonight.